Mazda has never built a true Miata coupe, the closest examples being a couple of Japan market fixed hardtop conversions and the power retractable hardtop, PRHT, introduced on the previous, NC generation. Perhaps the closest yet is the Mazda MX-5 Miata RF we just drove, even if it really is an extension of the PRHT branch of the family tree. To put a finer point on the RF, its closest current analog just might be the far pricier Porsche 911 Targa, being a demi-convertible with a similarly functioning top mechanism. Twiddle the console-mounted roof button, and the plastic hoop behind the driver and a pair of sail panels behind lift up and back, while the rear glass and two roof panels, the forward panel is aluminum, the rear one is steel, scissor back into a cubby behind the seats. Then the hoop and sail panels settle back into place. The sequence is very similar to the PRHD's, mostly because it's nearly the same, albeit sized to fit the slightly smaller 4th generation ND Miata and possessed of newer, quieter electric actuators. Of course, the sail panels are a new stylistic flourish, and they give the RF a coupe-like appearance from most angles even with the roof stowed. Mazda caps off the visual sleight of hand with black painted trim panels that resemble quarter windows behind each door's glass. For all this, the RF should really stand for roof folds rather than retractable fastback, since the entire fastback doesn't retract and it isn't really a fastback. However you come down on that distinction, for many the RF will justify its $2,755 price premium over the least expensive comparable Miata soft-top for its additional year-round capabilities. The RF isn't available in the base sport trim, coming only in sporty club and luxury-minded grand touring spec, GT to GT, the difference is $2,555. The RF is notably quieter inside than the cacophonous Roadster, at least with the top raised, thanks to a thick headliner. It reduces headroom by 0.6 inch, according to Mazda, and sound-deadening material added to the top of the transmission tunnel. Nary a squeak or a rattle came from the mechanism during our drive, either. Actually lowering the RF's roof does introduce a problem, however. Whereas the RF is quieter than the Roadster with the top up, it is far more raucous in top-down mode. With the rear window and roof panels stowed, air swirls, tornado-like, into the cabin. This is tolerable at what we consider to be ideal Miata road speeds, say, less than 60 miles per hour on the winding back road, and raising the side windows keeps the windstorm isolated to the top of occupants' heads. But the RF might benefit from a spring-loaded wind deflector that pops up from the windshield or aerodynamic tweaks to the side mirrors to alleviate these traits at higher speeds.